Okay, Leo, we are going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Leo. Leo. You know what I gotta say, Ace of Wands? I feel like if you were at like a poker table, I feel like you would be able to catch everyone's bluff. That's what I feel. And I feel like nobody would be able to catch yours. I don't know. That's pretty cool. So, all right, let's see, Leo, what's going on? Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. All right. You're working on something here, okay? Absolutely. All right. Let's see. All right. Leo. Or you know somebody who has like a particular like tell, is that, I think that's what it's called. Like when someone's like, it's like, oh, that's how I know you're doing this. Or I don't know, something like that. I feel like there's something like that. I don't know. 9 of Wands. All right. Okay. Let's see. You guys have the Knight of Wands, and this is showing up for what you're wanting here. All right. I think you want something to happen a little bit quicker than it currently is. Okay. That's what I'm feeling. You also might want, well, let's keep going. So, all right, for the issue here, you guys have the 5 of Cups. All right. You might be dealing with an Aries. I just did their reading, but I'm like, I don't know. You might be dealing with an Aries, okay? So yes, 5 of Cups showing up for the possible issue here. Okay, I think that there's something that you're like, I can't miss out on that again. So the only way to do it is either to backtrack to study something here, okay? That kind of stuff. Maybe it's because it's like, well, the issue is that there was a missed opportunity, or you're kind of, you know, being like, God, that was better in the past, or why'd I do that? Or, you know, I have regrets about this, or something regarding that. Okay. That might be the issue here. And I do think that there is something about like, okay, I want this to go faster, or, you know, like I want to, maybe even like review something kind of maybe quickly. Okay. That kind of stuff. All right. You also, for this is not gonna be for everybody, but I'm getting this like so friggin' literally. It's like, I want something to quickly like go in the past, or I want something to like go down quickly, you know, that kind of stuff, like calm down, or like relax, like I don't know, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's see. You guys have the Emperor, and this is showing up for your opportunity. So I think you probably have the opportunity to take charge on something here. Okay, that kind of stuff. All right, I do understand that. You might also have the opportunity to, I want to say like increase your status, but I don't like the way that sounds. Okay. So I want different words for that, but I'm like, what? Okay. So pretend it's like a job. Maybe it's like you're going from, I don't know, one thing of a job, and you're getting a raise. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Getting a raise, you know, that might be something that's like, that's your opportunity. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see what's going on here. This Knight of Wands is interesting to me. So let's see what's up. I gotta tell you, for some of you guys, I wonder if this whole friggin' thing with this Knight of Wands here is just like what you're wanting is to just like fiercely follow your passion, you know, that kind of stuff. Especially if you're feeling like you're like making up for lost time, or feeling like, well, why the heck didn't I just follow that in the first place? Or, you know, that kind of stuff. That certainly could be something here. So, all right. And if that's the case, I feel like your opportunities to make like decisions on your own without worrying about, I don't know, something here. So, all right, let's see what's up. I don't even know if it's making decisions on your own. It's more so like being like, no, that's what I said, and that's what I'm sticking to. Like if I said no, I mean no. If I said yes, that means I mean yes. You know what I'm saying? That might be more what we're talking about. So, all right, let's see here, Leo. Let's just do one more. All right. Okay. It's possible that you have maybe done something that you were like super hesitant about, that kind of stuff. But I wonder if it's like the second that you do it, you're like, why didn't I do this so much sooner ago? Or, you know, it could be. So, all right, Knight of Wands, you guys have the Four of Wands here. This is showing up as what you're wanting here. So it does feel like you're maybe wanting something to like break a particular threshold in one direction or another here, okay? That kind of stuff. And I also think there might be something that it's like, pretend that you have like an unfinished project somewhere, okay? That kind of stuff, Leo. I wonder if it's like what you're wanting to do is just be like, now is the time to finish this. Like, I need to do this because like, it's almost like, I don't know if it's gonna be ready in time. Like I should have started this or I should have completed this a while ago, something like that. I'm getting like kind of two different stories of that. So you have the Three of Wands, and this is showing up as what to do about this. So there's something about like waiting to see what is coming in, okay? That kind of stuff, waiting to see what is coming in, but there's also, I also understand not waiting forever, okay? So it's like, maybe it's like you pick a particular, okay, I'm gonna wait for 7 days. And if this doesn't happen in 7 days, then, you know, it's almost like a contingency plan is almost what I'm feeling, okay? Something like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, if this happens, we're gonna do that. If this happens, we're gonna do that, that kind of stuff. Almost to make something like foolproof, or to make sure that there's not like a loss in some sense. All right, that's kind of what I'm feeling here. For what to avoid, you guys have the Eight of Pentacles. I wonder if you know, it might be a good time to just like kind of do something that's maybe just fun, you know, that kind of stuff that's more of like a fun-based thing, or again, it's like kind of a passion type of something or other, maybe something that's creative, something regarding that, okay? Because I'm almost understanding this as like avoiding work in some sense, you know, avoiding doing something over and over again, that kind of stuff. But this could also be like, we have to avoid perfectionism. There's no way that we can, like, we can't like focus on like, it's gotta be perfect, or like, okay, just one more, and then it'll be perfect, that kind of stuff. I feel like if that's what we're doing, there's the potential for a loss that I feel like we've already had that, and we're trying to like come back from that in some way, or trying to make sure that that does not like happen again, okay? All right, so let's see. With the Five of Cups, you guys have the Tower card here. This is showing up as the issue. I do wonder if maybe a particular, maybe something in the past here, there's it's like, how did I not spot that? How did I not catch that in the past? That kind of stuff, okay? I wonder if maybe, you know, I wonder if you were kind of focusing on something that is like, God, I didn't have this, when it's like, there was something like awesome that was like just about to happen, like in front of you, or, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. It kind of feels like missing something when it's like, that was the detail you needed, or that was, you know, I don't know, something like that. All right. I'm also understanding this Tower card is the Fool card, and the only reason I'm saying that is because I'm seeing this as a 0, okay? So, you know, I'm not sure. So that, I don't know, for those of you who really like numbers, that might be something there. Okay, so you have the Moon card. This is showing up as what to do about this Five of Cups in the Tower here. Yeah, definitely facing your fears, okay? I would also say maybe doing something intuitively, but maybe also like fact checking on that, because again, it's like there's something here that's like, I don't know if something could have been like salvaged or you know, I don't know, something about that, okay? Or something was supposed to maybe even be like a surprise, but that did not occur, that kind of stuff. Maybe for some of you guys, maybe this is like keeping maybe something in the dark, okay, that kind of stuff. But I also really do understand like facing your fears with something. And also I want to say something about like the accuracy of what something actually is, okay? The accuracy of what it really is. And that is super vague, but I am understanding that. Like I'm definitely getting that. So, okay, you guys have the Knight of Cups, and this is showing up as what to avoid. So we were saying, you know, using your intuition, that kind of stuff. But again, that like fact checking thing, or making, it's like, okay, yes, my intuition is telling me this, or whatever the heck it is. And then making sure it's like, okay, I need to confirm that. I need to confirm that that is actually, that is fact. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. That's kind of what I feel here, right? It's like not doing something just like, I want to say not purely based off of just feelings. It's got to be more than that. You know what I'm saying? There's something that's what I'm feeling here. So, okay, wow. So you guys have the Emperor and you have it with the Hierophant, and this is showing up as your opportunity. So, okay, for some of you guys, maybe you have the opportunity to maybe work with your spouse. Okay, that could certainly be it. Possibly Could be, or this is your opportunity to be like, okay, I'm making the rules on this. Like, I'm making the rules, and those are the rules that we're following, or this is the thing that I'm putting forward. And it's like, I demand respect, that kind of stuff. I understand that. Okay. Maybe that is your opportunity. Okay. Is possibly to be like, okay, ready. I'm not kidding. And I will be respected. That kind of stuff. I get it. Listen, Leo, maybe you've been disrespected a couple too many times, too many, could be. And it could be that you're just like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Like, this is like, I'm in the seat of power, and I am going to kind of like follow like the rules that I follow, that kind of stuff. All right. I do want to say, I feel like you're close to the end of something here. So let's see. You guys have the Three of Pentacles. This is showing up as what to do. Yeah, there's something. I'm telling you, you're going to have to like, I don't know if it's flexing your muscles, but it's something about being like, okay, look, you see, like I can do this, and here's the friggin' proof, that kind of stuff. That's what I feel. Maybe there's somebody out there who's freaking like doubting you, and it could be because they've not seen like what it is that you can do, or have not seen you in like a particular position of power, or whatever the heck it is. Okay. That kind of stuff. I really do understand that. This is interesting. Emperor and the Hierophant for your opportunity. That's pretty powerful. I'm not going to lie at all. It feels extremely powerful. This is also about knowing when to frickin' stop doing something, and when to start leading other people to follow your lead. Okay. You have learned something or taught something, or both. I think those two really go hand in hand. If you're learning, you're probably teaching. If you're teaching, you're probably learning, that kind of stuff. So there is something about that. You know what I'm saying? Is like being like, no, I've earned this power. I know enough about this, like whatever the heck it is. Okay. That kind of stuff. I swear to God, in the past, I feel like there was a missed opportunity. It might've been out of fear. You know what I'm saying? It really might've been. And I feel like that Moon card that is showing up here, that might be part of it, is like moving through fear, that type of stuff. Not letting like your emotions or whatever it is, like really get like the best of you in a particular situation. So, all right, you guys have the Ten of Wands. This is showing up as what to avoid. I would avoid burnout. Okay. Emperor and the Hierophant. Again, it's like kind of like big boss energy. So I feel like, that could lead to a burnout type of situation. I feel like that's what's being asked, like avoid that. Okay. So I also understand this as like not taking on like extra responsibilities, but also not feeling that your presence in a particular situation, or you like being like sat at a particular table, whatever the heck it is like a burden for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't think in those. I can't tell you what to think. And that's, that's a really, that's a hard thing to, all that kind of stuff. But, maybe to try not to feel like you're like a burden or whatever the heck it is. But it also could be like, make sure that we're not, I almost want to say like not taking work home with you. Okay. Because we were saying something about like having fun, all that kind of stuff. The Emperor and the Hierophant definitely can be like that boss energy, that kind of stuff. So there might be something where it's like leaving that when it's done. You know what I'm saying? And not bringing that home with you. Okay. And I do feel like it's because it's like, that's going to burn you out. You know what I'm saying? It's going to burn you out, and then you're going to have to recover from that, and like, all that kind of stuff. So, all right. That's what I have for you guys, Leo. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you can, check your other placements. Otherwise you can, or otherwise I'll see you back for your next one. All right. Thank you. Bye.